Kind of moving on to from what the band was, I know the core of the band is still there, and the belief has not changed at all. I mean, you guys are still believing that God has called you to do this in a worship type setting, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. Tough times and all. Tough times ain't good. We still feel like He's called us.
Absolutely, and that's an awesome thing, because there's some bands we'll get from time to time, they're like, yeah, we're Christians, we don't really or something like that. We don't necessarily.
That would definitely not be us at all.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys' stance and doing this, and I know in times that seem to be tough as well, as we need to lean on the promises that God has given us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And continue to worship Him in times that we don't understand, we don't know what's coming. We might be, sometimes it seems like in those times we lean on Him even more, and that's, it's sad that sometimes it needs to be like that. And I can just talk about in my own life. It's times whenever the rough times when I tend to lean on Him.
I think back to when it does get difficult. I think that's when you really see who God really is. And I know sometimes prayer turns into, we call on Him only when the times are difficult. But I love the teaching of, when you look at the Exodus story, you see three lands in the Exodus story. You see the land of Egypt, you see the land of Israel, and then you see the wilderness. And the wilderness was always called God's land, because everything that happened there, they couldn't take credit for. Manna fell from the sky. Water came out of a rock. They followed a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day. The only way they could explain their survival was because God was there, and it was God's land. And oftentimes, I know over the past few months for us, with a lot of change and different things, I really feel like, not that we've had a wilderness experience, but I can definitely look back and say we make it not on our accomplishment. Man, we're doing this because God wants us to do this, not because we're good enough or the best. Because, man, there are scores of great bands out there, but we find ourselves having opportunity to play not because we're good enough, but because God wants us to be doing it. And, man, we really find ourselves in that and try to hide in that.